Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Desert to Pitch. It's been a while since I've uploaded, but we've been on a little hiatus working on a few things, but I'm back again. Now that the season's ended, I think it's time for a realistic review of Real Madrid's performance over the last year. And in doing so, the main thing we're going to be focusing on is from the squad, the main players. I'm not going to include any academy players who played a few games, just the main players who deserves to stay, who should be loaned out, who's on a very thin line but they will stay, and who should be sold. Now that Jose Mourinho's in, there are a lot of things that are going to be changing in the club, hopefully for the better. And we're going to see what players fit the profile that's needed for this club. All right. To start things off, we have David Alaba. I think it's pretty much well known that David Alaba is leaving the club at the end of the season. He had a first few good seasons. The first season he played, he did pretty decent. I mean, we won the Champions League in his first year, the league. His next year was a little iffy, on and off from injury. Rudiger was new to the team as well, and they didn't seem to gel very well. And Ancelotti looked like he was looking for a good balance between them. And then obviously in the year we won the Champions League, with Bellingham's first year, 23-24, he got a ACL tear, I believe, and since then he's just been out of it completely. So thank you for your services, Alaba, but it's time to move on and find new players. Now this is a player next, Arda Güler, who we're definitely keeping. Complete opposite of Alaba. Arda Güler's breakout season under Xabi Alonso and somewhat our below as well has been amazing. I think he is one of our standout players this season, and I think he definitely deserves a starting spot in the next season, or at least contending for a very strong starting spot next season. Next player is Raul Asensio. Now I have some mixed feelings about Raul Asensio. Raul Asensio gave us some decent moments. His first season, he came out, we were in a lot of pressure, injuries all over, and so he did very well. This season, injuries kind of persisted within our defense, and he hasn't really stepped up to the plate. I don't want to give up on him 100%, but I will say he is on a very thin line as of right now. I was very close to saying either loan him out or sell him, but I think for now, depending on what our work is in the summer, I think we should keep him for now. Fourth choice center back, playing the games that are very minimal, I think, unless he is seeking to go elsewhere, then sell him. Otherwise, if there are no offers, keep him, but keep him on a thin line. Next is Bellingham. I mean, come on, guys. There's no real argument here. Bellingham, we know at his best, is one of the most amazing players on earth and one of the best midfielders. And I'm hoping, coming off of the World Cup, if he has a very good World Cup performance, that he can bring that into the next season under Ancelotti. No one really can fire players up or push them away like like Mourinho. Sorry. So hopefully Mourinho can bring that out of him. Next is Brahim Diaz. Now, Brahim Diaz, I feel he's a very good player, especially recently. He's been very good for us, but my only issue is no goals in league this year. Had about 6 assists, 6 or 7 assists. And in Champions League, he had, I believe, 1 or 2 goals, but not good enough for this season. I know he had the miss in the world in the African Cup final, but unless he is happy to stay on the bench, I am either gonna go on the side of very thin line or sell. I think for now, I will keep him on a very thin line. Keep him as a bench player if he's happy with that. If he's not happy with bench player, then definitely sell. Next player, Kamavinga. You know, this is harder than I realized as I sit here. I think this is way harder than I realized. Kamavinga is a player that in his first 2 years, I thought we had, something very, very special. First 2, 3 years. Last 2 years have not been very well. He's been very injury prone, and he hasn't performed up to the level that I think he should be performing at, especially a player of his caliber. I mean, at 16 was bossing PSG's midfield when he was in Ligue 1. So I think he's another player that's on the fine line. He's on a very thin line right now, but if he performs well under Mourinho, which hopefully he does, um, definitely keep him. Definitely keep him next season. Alvaro Carreras has had one of the best starts, or one of in the beginning of the season under Xabi Alonso. Was amazing, played very well. I know he kind of drifted off towards the end of the season. I think that might be a clash with him and Arbeloa a little bit, especially after the Bayern Munich game where Olise kind of cooked him. There's still a lot for him to learn, but I think Carreras is a good left back. I think he can progress well. Of course, not the best left back on earth, but he definitely had a very good season this season overall. So we'll keep him going. Carvajal, now we all know what the answer is for this one. Of course, by now it's been everywhere that Carvajal is leaving Real Madrid, and such a sad time for Real Madrid fans. This is the last player that was left from the three-peat Champions League era, and it's sad to see him go. It's been a consistent thing where one of our captains has been leaving at the end of each season, and although it is very sad to see him go, I'm pretty sure he's happier to go somewhere where he can play more and get a lot more minutes, where he knows he still can play. I think Trent is guaranteed starter next season, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be in the market for another right back. So Carvajal, thank you for everything. Our captain, our leader, the one that won us the Champions League in 23-24 with VINI and Bellingham and the rest of the team. Thank you for everything. But of course, we're moving on. Another player who is going to be moving on at the end of the season is Ceballos. Ceballos last season almost brought it back. When Cruz left, we thought we had some kind of key that was in our team with Ceballos. He was able to do a lot under Ancelotti and helped us a lot in the Champions League. But after he got that injury, it kind of went downhill. And this season, I mean, I can still remember one moment against Osasuna. We were top of the league. He comes in, gave the ball away. Osasuna scores. We lost we lost the first place in league after we just got it. So just for that moment, to be honest, if not anything else, I think Ceballos, thank you for your years. I was very happy with your performances years back. I remember when the crowds were chanting Quédate Ceballos. So thank you for your services, but I think you'll be happy at Betis, who are also playing Champions League. Next one, I'm not going to even really talk about. Courtois, best goalkeeper in the world. Obviously, we're keeping him. Endrick, coming off of a loan from Lyon. I think there are a lot of good things Endrick can do at Real Madrid. I think we're looking for a player who we saw now at Lyon has been playing off the right. It's a very exciting time. I think we should definitely take advantage of Endrick. I feel upset that Xabi Alonso and Ancelotti both had this player who I know is young, but he had very high qualities and we never really took advantage of it. So I think Endrick is definitely going to be staying next season, and we should definitely take advantage of his qualities 100%. Fran Garcia. I think Fran Garcia he already had a loan before and we brought him back. I think loaning him out again doesn't make sense. I think Fran Garcia will be happier with full-time minutes. I think Bournemouth was interested in January. I think they'll be interested again, or at least another team. I think Fran Garcia has good qualities and is always willing to sacrifice a lot for the team. We need players like that, but the qualities that he lacks, he hasn't seemed to improve much on them throughout the last 3 years since he's been here. His first season, I think, was decent, but he was still shaky on a lot of things. The next season, we had very bad left back, right back situation on both sides. And this season, it seemed like he wasn't playing much. He was going to leave in January. Arbeloa kind of pushed that away and started him a few times. And so we've had a good time, but I think our time has come to an end. Thank you for your services, but I think it's time we part ways. Another player who just signed the season Had an iffy season. We're definitely keeping Trent, of course. I mean, there's no point of selling Trent after you just bought him or just got him on a free. But Trent's qualities have still not been um, seen 100% at Real Madrid. We've seen glimpses against Bayern. We saw a few of those crosses. We saw a few of those plays over the top balls. We definitely know there's a player there who can become top class. I mean, he definitely is a star player. Next is Gonzalo Garcia. Now, Gonzalo Garcia, I love Gonzalo Garcia. I really do. When he starts for Real Madrid, in place of either Vini or Mbappe, actually in place of Mbappe, mainly when he's starting, he does very well for the club, and I really do love him. And I'd love to have a player like him stay on the bench when needed. If he is willing to stay on the bench for the next season, and there are no good offers for him, I'd say keep him on the bench. But I think a loan would do him good. I think consistent game time where he can actually prove that he can score a bunch of goals, a La Liga side, a Premier League side, some side that requires a goal scorer who knows his good positioning, who knows how to move around, and who knows, maybe by January bring him back or early in the season. But I think a loan would do him plenty of good. Next player, Dean Hoyson, also a new player we signed this season. Had a mixed start to the season. He started off very well. We had a few good performances, but I think after Militao got injured, not having a very experienced center back next to you, who's comfortable on the right center back spot, definitely did hurt him a little bit, because Rudiger, we know, is best on the left side, and that's where Housen plays as well. So I think he just needs some more time to get used to it. It's his first season at Real Madrid. We know there are qualities there. I mean, the last game we played against Sevilla, he was very, very good, and I'm hoping that we can continue with that form going into the next season, and hopefully with Spain at the World Cup, he can perform well there. Andre Lunin, it's sad to see you go, but I think it's time for you, Andre, as a goalkeeper, to explore your other options. I think we've had amazing years together, especially that Champions League run. No one will ever forget what you've done for us at the club. But I think it's time for you as a player to step away and try to get first team football and try to perform at your best level, honestly, because I know you can, and you're not really going to get much game time here with Courtois. And I think for the future, even though Lunin is very, very good, I can't see him being the starting center back that someone like Perez would want at Real Madrid. I know Keylor Navas was that player that, like, it was never a star name, but was amazing for us at the club. And Andre Luna is somewhat like that. But I think if we had a buyback clause and he does very well at a club in the future, we might be able to bring him back. Masantuono, this is another player who I think should go on loan for a season. I think Masantuono, who was favored under Xabi Alonso, started off mixed. You could see he has a very strong work rate and is very good at trying his hardest for the team. But quality in front of goal, decision making still needs some working. I don't think he's going to get much game time next season under Mourinho, unless Mourinho has feuds and decides to just start random players just to spite the stars. But I think he'd do better out on a loan for sure. It would do him so much good. And next player who is on our list, Ferland Mendy. Ferland Mendy, one of the best defensive left backs I've seen. It's just sad for him because Ferland Mendy has been plagued by injuries. You know, now out for the last year of his contract basically, and is considering retirement. I feel bad for the guy. I really do. He's a top player. At his best, we saw Champions League finals he started. He did very well for us all throughout his time at Real Madrid. Last season was just questionable. This season he comes in, and the games he's played, he's done very well, but he just gets injured very frequently. I think it's just time to part ways. I don't know if he'll be able to come back from this injury, this next one. But thank you for your services, for Mendy. You've been an honor to watch and play. Next one is on a very thin line, Eder Militao. Now, Eder Militao, when he's starting, when he's there, when he's not injured, top player. I love him. Eder Militao, when he's injured, is not very useful for Real Madrid. I would keep him. I wouldn't even think of starting him next season, to be honest. I think Real Madrid should be looking for another center back, another one or two more center backs, at least experienced ones, to play in the spot on the right center back spot. Because Militao, when he's there, like I said, one of the best. But as of right now, it's just not working, to be honest. And I think he should. I think he definitely should step away and just try to recover for this next year, and then we'll see on the third year if he manages to get some game time and actually stay healthy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But very thin line for now. Rodrigo, I'm. It's sad to say this about injured players, but you have to kind of say it. They are on thin lines because Rodrigo this season didn't start off the best. Didn't have a goal until I think it was like the game against Manchester City in the Champions League, and he started picking up form, and then tears his ACL and is out for the World Cup, and is gonna be out for beginning of next season as well. He's an amazing player. I love Rodrigo. Is he going to recover from this? How is he going to recover from this? He's not going to be the first Brazilian to have a bad injury and never recover from it. I really hope he can recover from this. If not, it really is how next season goes. For now, though, definitely keep just on a very thin line. I think I can reorganize these as to the most important, I think, for me in terms of keeping. And selling doesn't really matter. Everyone here can get sold. Next is Rudiger. Rudiger, I think, definitely deserves to stay at the club at least for 1 year. If he's happy signing 1 year contract, I think he definitely deserves to stay. When fit, Rudiger is amazing, and we need some leadership in the group other than Courtois and a few of the other players. He is one that can inspire the youth, definitely, and the younger players to step up to their game. And I think Rudiger deserves to stay for 1 more year. And I think those are the talks that we're seeing. Definitely just 1 year contracts for sure. Now, I left a lot. The last four I left are ordered on purpose, as you can tell. Tchouameni, Valverde, VINI, and MBAPPE. Now, many people are probably going to expect, oh my gosh, these guys had a feud, you should sell them. Both these players are staying. Tchouameni, when he's at his best in that CDM position, one of the best out there, and we know for France how well he is too. It's not a good idea just because they had a spat or a feud that we're all of a sudden just gonna sell these two players because of that. Yes, tempers were flared, a lot of things happened, but this shouldn't have been leaked in the media to begin with, and this shouldn't have been a big issue between them. Now, talks of captaincy, though, that's a different conversation. But Valverde, I can't even believe this is a debate. There's no player in this club who will fight for this team more than Fede Valverde. Let's be honest, guys. Valverde is the key player. He is the man for Real Madrid. He represents Real Madrid in so many ways, and the things we want in players at Real Madrid. So definitely keeping both, and both need to. I mean, Valverde had an amazing season this season. Outside of that issue, third top scorer for us. Had quite a few assists too. Performances in the Champions League, he was top dog, so definitely keeping him there. Now, this is the hardest one. Many people will disagree with me here. Vinicius Jr. is a keep for me, 100% a keep, and Kylian Mbappe is on a very thin line. All right, Vini Jr. throughout his time at Real Madrid didn't start off well. A youngster who had problems finishing, decision making was questionable. Really had Real Madrid fans and the board thinking he should go out on loan. And then when he turned up well. And since then, Vini Jr. has become a world-class player. So one of the best swingers, if not the best swinger, when he's on his day. But the last two seasons have been very questionable. This season better than last season. but that's still not much of an improvement. He definitely needs to step up. Stop letting the emotions get the best of him. He still has his best years to come. We know at his best, no one can deal with him. So we definitely need to keep Vinny and nourish him and keep him going. Mbappe, on the other hand, my only issue with him and why I put him on a very thin line, of course, I'm gonna put Mbappe at the top here because he's not. He's very much a keep. Is it's been 2 seasons and we haven't really seen anything. We haven't seen the team improve. We haven't seen the team build on a Champions League win. We've seen them regress. We've seen the team. I mean, last season's title wins, European Super Cup and Intercontinental Cup. Those are not good enough for Real Madrid only. We are aiming for every tournament, every competition to win. To not win league, to not make it to even semis in Champions League, to go out against Albacete in Copa del Rey. I know that one wasn't his fault, but come on, like still the whole team, it's been influenced. I know Vinny was bad, and I made a video about that against Albacete, but still, Vinny at his best, I think, deserves to always be a keep. Mbappe on a thin line because we haven't really won anything with him, and he's gonna be under scrutiny. Now, if Mourinho comes in and he doesn't do well under Mourinho, that would be 4 managers that Mbappe has been under at Real Madrid without winning any significant trophies. That'll be against him. Of course, no one can talk about Mbappe in a bad way because Mbappe is Mbappe. He is the best player in the world at his best. There are no arguments about that. But I definitely think he needs to shift his positioning style. He needs to shift his understanding of the game. He needs to adapt to Real Madrid. If he wants to win as a team, he will win the Ballon d'Or if he performs at a team level, if he can participate with the team and make the runs that he's needed and be present when needed and allow other players to nourish around him. If he can do that, Mbappe is the best player in the world. He will win Ballon d'Or. He will win everything that's needed. And I think that is the biggest key for Mourinho. How do you unlock this attacking trio and not letting any of their influences up top affect your defense and your midfield? How do you use Bellingham in effective areas? The whole team, it's going to be interesting for sure. I'm excited to see Mourinho because he's the one that set up Real Madrid's success for the last 8-9 years, or for the 8-9 years after he came. He was the one that set up that team and took it to the semifinals in Champions League. But I'm hoping that it won't be a negative effect, and I'm hoping we won't see much drama coming in. Let me know what you guys think about this, about who we're keeping and who we're selling and the loans. Let me know if you disagree, agree. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know overall if these players even deserve to stay. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.